Hey team, I hope everybody had an absolutely wonderful Christmas. You're having a very happy Hanukkah, and you've just been having a very, very good week so far. It is the day after Boxing Day. I'm obviously wearing the official uniform of the week between Christmas and New Year's, where everything's made up and the outfits don't matter. And so I was thinking about what to make today. I have lots of wonderful leftover turkey in the fridge that I will be partaking in, obviously over these next few days. But when I came back home from Niagara and I opened up my fridge, I realized, oh no, there's a few things I gotta use up. One of which being a dozen egg yolks from those Yule logs that my friend and I made last week. And so, because I hate wasting food, I don't want them to go bad, I am going to try and use these up all at once by making a very big batch of some fresh pasta. Now, I think I've only made fresh pasta maybe once before. Otherwise, I tend to make fresh gnocchi with ricotta, with my Nonna's old recipe. But just a egg yolk and flour and a little bit of olive oil, just a regular nice pappardelle or fettuccine. I haven't really endeavored on that yet. So we're gonna use them up and we'll see how it goes. Starting with the flour, we're starting with about 350 grams, 400 grams of flour, and we've laid it out and we're putting it into a nice well. This is really helpful if you have, like one of these silicone mats. If not, if you've got just one of those classic, metal tables in the basement, like my nonna used to have, go for it. And we are going to put the eggs just into the well, and to this we're gonna add about a tablespoon or two of olive oil. I know it looks like a bit of a mess, but slowly we're gonna incorporate the flour on the outside, bringing it into the middle of the well, so that we're bringing the two together before we start kneading it, so that we have a nice kind of incorporation. And then basically, once you're at this stage and you've got everything in here, we're just gonna get after it with our hands. Now, we've gotten everything kneaded together in a ball. However, we are nowhere near done the kneading yet. We are now going to knead this for about 8 to 10 minutes. We want to make sure that everything is nicely together. We start to activate some of that gluten, and the ball at the end will have kind of a nice elasticity so that when you poke it, it kind of bounces back. Right now, well, she's just a little eggy ball. And frankly, I haven't been to the gym in a minute. I was going to, do my Jan 1 New Year's resolution, but this is a pretty good start. So once you've done your 10 minutes of kneading, you're just going to wrap up your dough, and we are going to let it rest in the fridge for about an hour, maybe 2, if I forget about it in there. It's possible. And then we'll come out and we will make our pasta. Okay, team, so our dough ball has rested. So we're gonna divide it into kind of 4 chunks. It's gonna be easier to manage through the rolling and the flattening and the cutting of everything if we just divide them up like this. Now, on a nice lightly floured surface, we are going to do an initial little roll just to get it kind of flattened out. Just a little sticky, but that's okay. And then for the fun part. So this is actually my nonna's old pasta crank that she used to use to make fresh fettuccine, fresh spaghetti. My nonna's passed away for about 10 years ago now, and so I have had it, and so I hope that I do it justice. We're gonna start kind of on a 2, and so we're gonna start to feed our initially flattened pasta through the flat side to press it. Looking very good so far. Send it through again. And we're actually just going to thin it out just a little bit more. You can make it as thick or as thin as you want. Normally, if you make like a ravioli or something like that, you want it to be like see-through thin. But sometimes if you're only just making the pasta, you want it to be a little thicker so you might have a bit more of a chew. After you roll it out, be a lovely, beautiful sheet. So I cut this one in half. So if you wanted to just do a really easy kind of parpadelle, you can, parpadelle, but you know, I'm not trying to sound too obnoxious. You fold it up kind of in along itself, trim the edge if you want sort of a nice clean cut. And then you can make just really easy knife cuts all the way down the noodle. So then when you open it up, you have lovely pappardelle noodles. So that's option 1. Now option number 2 is to put it right through the fettuccine crank. So what we're gonna do is we're going to cut it to about the length we want. So I like nice long high scoop, sorry. I'm also dog sitting. So we're gonna cut it nice and sharp to about the length that we want in nice even cuts. And then from here, we are going to take it and put it right through, moving the handle, the pasta crank. This thing is definitely older than your new KitchenAids, but hey, she works just as beautifully. Now look at how beautiful this turned out. So now you could put these in the freezer, save them for later. You can also refrigerate them for a while in the fridge to help them dry out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna make the fettuccine tonight. But in the meantime, I hope y'all have a wonderful week, and if I don't talk to you, have a very happy new year.